My beloved child, pause for a moment. Feel the quiet space between your breaths, because something sacred is happening around you even now. There are movements in the unseen that your eyes cannot yet recognize. Currents of mercy flowing toward you like a tide, guided by divine timing. You may think today was ordinary. You may believe nothing has shifted. But beyond what your senses can measure, something has already begun responding to your name. Somewhere in a moment you did not witness, your existence was lifted into the invisible realm with sincerity. A voice spoke for you when you were too tired to speak for yourself. A heart remembered you when you believed you were forgotten. A soul whispered your name into eternity with hope, not knowing how powerful that whisper would become. You may never know whose spirit carried you today. It could have been someone who smiles at you quietly. It could have been someone who watches you from a distance, wishing good for you. It could have been someone from your past who still carries love for you in silence. It could even be someone you once helped without realizing that kindness would return to defend you in ways you cannot measure. And yes, it could also be someone you never expected, someone you think has moved on, someone you assume no longer cares. Yet heaven does not measure connection the way humans do. Distance does not weaken what is spoken with genuine love. Time does not erase what is spoken with faith. And even a single tear offered with truth can open doors that effort alone cannot open. Feel this truth gently settle inside you now. You are not as alone as your fears sometimes suggest. There are moments when you think your struggles are invisible. Moments when you carry your worries quietly so nobody notices the weight pressing against your chest. But nothing sincere is ever lost. Not your silent battles, not your late night thoughts, not the times you almost gave up but chose to continue breathing anyway. Every honest emotion releases a signal. Every cry that comes from the depth of your heart creates a ripple. And those ripples travel farther than you understand. They reach places your mind cannot imagine. They are received by a love greater than your doubt. And I want you to understand something very clearly now. What was asked on your behalf did not disappear into emptiness. It did not dissolve into silence. It did not get ignored. It was received. It was acknowledged. It was answered in ways that are already forming pathways toward your life. Even if you see nothing yet, even if everything looks the same, even if your circumstances still appear unchanged. Seeds do not break the surface the moment they are planted. Light does not arrive the second a candle is prepared. Preparation happens in silence first. Roots grow before branches appear. Alignment happens before evidence appears. What is happening for you right now is preparation. There are adjustments being made in your favor that you cannot yet see. There are delays protecting you. There are pauses positioning you. There are closed doors that are actually shields, not punishments. There are waiting periods that are actually construction periods. Imagine this for a moment. Picture yourself standing in a vast open field just before sunrise. The sky is still deep blue, the air is cool, everything feels still. And for a moment you might think nothing is happening. But then slowly, gently, the horizon begins to glow, a thin line of gold appears. The light was always coming, even while the darkness seemed unchanged. That is how divine movement works. Now imagine a warm golden light slowly pouring from above you like liquid sunrise. See it touching the top of your head first. Feel it spreading down across your face, above your shoulders or your chest. This light carries peace. This light carries restoration. This light carries opportunity. It flows like warm honey made of pure mercy. Let it move through you. This is the first vision. This is what unseen grace looks like when it begins touching your life. There are blessings that begin as energy before they become events. There are miracles that begin as alignment before they become outcomes. And right now, your life is being aligned more than you realize. You have asked for strength before. You have asked for direction before. You have asked for provision before. And even when your voice was quiet, your desire for a better life was loud enough to be heard. Nothing sincere is wasted. Not your patience, not your attempts, not your desire to become better, not your effort to keep believing even when disappointment tried to convince you otherwise. There is something else you must understand. Answers do not always arrive as instant change. Sometimes they arrive as protection from things you never knew were coming. Sometimes they arrive as the removal of people who could not walk with you into your next chapter. Sometimes they arrive as new ideas, new courage, new clarity. And sometimes they arrive as wealth that flows not only into your hands, but into your confidence, your peace, your sense of worth. You were not created to live in constant lack. You were not formed to live in constant fear. You were not designed to believe that good things only happen to others. There is a current of provision that exists, and when your heart begins to trust again, you step closer to that current. Listen carefully now. Release the belief that you must see proof before you believe something is working. True transformation often begins in the invisible. Faith is not pretending. Faith is allowing possibility before confirmation arrives. There is a reason you are still here. There is a reason your story did not end in your hardest moments. There is a reason new chances keep appearing even after your lowest days, because your life still carries assignments of light. And abundance is not just money. Abundance is open paths. Abundance is favor. Abundance is unexpected help. Abundance is being guided away from traps you never saw. But yes, material provision is also part of divine care. You are allowed to live comfortably. You are allowed to succeed. You are allowed to experience financial peace. There is no holiness in constant struggle. There is no virtue in permanent lack. Imagine another vision now. See before you a massive gate made of radiant gold. It stands taller than any building you have ever seen. At first it appears closed, heavy, silent. But as you step closer, symbols of your persistence begin glowing on its surface. Every time you refuse to quit, another light appears. Every time you chose hope, another lock dissolves. Then slowly, without force, the gates begin to open inward, not because you pushed them, because you were being prepared to walk through them. This is the second vision. Opportunities that once felt impossible will begin to feel reachable. Paths that seemed blocked will begin to show openings. You will notice small victories first, small confirmations, small moments where things go right unexpectedly. Pay attention to those moments. They are signals. And now hear this command clearly. Stand up inside your spirit and refuse to call yourself unlucky ever again. Because what is moving toward you cannot respond to a mind that constantly rejects its own worth. You must allow yourself to believe that goodness is not a rare accident. It is part of your inheritance as a soul created with purpose. Here is another command for you. Open your heart to receive without fear. Not everything given to you will be taken away. Not every good moment will be followed by loss. You are allowed to experience stability. You are allowed to trust that what is meant for you can remain. There is healing happening in places you thought would always hurt. Forgiveness is quietly removing toxins from your spirit. Even if you have not fully let go yet, the process has started. Do not rush yourself. Growth is not a race. Healing is not a performance. You are not behind. You are unfolding. Imagine standing under a gentle rain, but this rain is not water. It is light. Each drop shines like a tiny star. As it touches your skin, it dissolves old fear. As it lands on your hands, it turns into glowing dust. The dust becomes seeds, the seeds become symbols of ideas, chances, and financial increase. This is the third vision. Miracles rarely look dramatic at first. They often look like ideas, connections, new habits, new discipline, new confidence. These are the containers through which prosperity travels, and you are being trusted with new containers. Even now, something inside you is becoming stronger than your old excuses. Something inside you is becoming calmer than your old anxiety. Something inside you is remembering who you were before doubt became loud. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience. You are starting from lessons. You are starting from survival. And survival is proof of hidden strength. There is also forgiveness available for the ways you have judged yourself too harshly. You were never meant to carry permanent shame. Mistakes were never meant to become your identity. You are allowed to learn and still be loved. You are allowed to fall and still be chosen for greater things. Mercy is not fragile. Mercy is constant. You may wonder sometimes why things did not happen faster. Why some prayers seem delayed, but timing is often protection in disguise. Some blessings arrive only after you become strong enough to keep them. Some wealth arrives only after your character can hold it without destroying you. You are being trusted with preparation, and yes, and prosperity is not just coming to you. It is also being shaped within you, because what you become is just as important as what you receive. Feel your breathing again. Slow, steady. You are still here. That alone means your story is still active. There are people you will inspire without trying. There are lives you will affect without realizing. There are conversations waiting where your words will carry unusual weight because of what you have endured. Nothing you suffered was meaningless. Even your loneliness taught you how to recognize others who feel unseen. Even your disappointments taught you how to value sincerity. Even your delays taught you patience that will soon become an advantage. You are closer than you think, closer to clarity, closer to provision, closer to peace, closer to the version of yourself that no longer begs life for permission to exist. You are allowed to take space. You are allowed to rise. You are allowed to expect goodness. Let these words settle into you now like warm sunlight entering a quiet room. Repeat silently with your spirit as these truths move through you. I am open to blessings. I am guided toward opportunity. I am worthy of provision. I am attracting peaceful success. I am protected as I grow. I am ready for overflow. Let those settle. You do not need to force outcomes. Stay faithful in small steps. Stay consistent in effort. Stay honest in your intentions. The unseen support around you responds strongly to quiet persistence. And remember this: sometimes the greatest evidence that something is working is the fact that you did not give up. You are still trying. You are still learning. You are still reaching. That alone is movement. There is also gratitude forming around you, even if you do not feel it yet. Gratitude is not pretending everything is perfect. Gratitude is recognizing that even now, there is breath in your lungs, thought in your mind, possibility in your path. You are being guided more than you know. When fear tries to return to this truth. Unseen love is still working. When doubt tries to speak, remember, preparation often looks like stillness. When impatience tries to take over, remember, roots grow quietly before harvest arrives. And your harvest, in peace, in purpose, and yes, in financial stability, is not cancelled, it is being timed. Feel a gentle warmth around you now, like invisible arms of reassurance. Not controlling you, not forcing you. Just reminding you that you are supported as you continue forward. You are not walking toward emptiness. You are walking toward a life that will make sense of the struggles you survived. You are walking toward moments where you will look back and realize help was present long before you recognized it. So continue. Continue with courage. Continue with hope. Continue with the quiet confidence that something good is unfolding even now. Let peace settle into your chest. Let your thoughts soften. Let your spirit rest in this assurance. You are seen. You are remembered. You are being guided. You are being provided for. You are being strengthened. And as this moment closes, receive this gentle truth like a final whisper of light. I am ready to receive. I am guided by divine wisdom. I am aligned with abundance. I am surrounded by protection. I am growing into my purpose. I am calm in faith. I am blessed. And even now, as you continue listening, something inside you is becoming quieter. Not empty, just calmer. Like a storm that has finally exhausted itself. Like waves that once crashed violently, now becoming gentle movements under a peaceful sky. This is what happens when your soul begins to remember that it was never abandoned. There were moments you thought you had to fight everything alone. Moments where you smiled in front of others but carried silent questions inside. Wondering when your turn would come. Wondering if your efforts were enough. Wondering if anyone truly understood how hard you were trying just to stay strong. But strength was never measured by how loud you appeared. Strength was always measured by how many times you refused to completely collapse inside, and you did not collapse. You bent, but you did not break. You doubted, but you did not disappear. You cried, but you continued. And every time you chose to continue, something in the spiritual fabric around you recorded that choice like a signature of courage. Understand this deeply. Perseverance creates permission for miracles. Not because you earned love, but because you stayed available for transformation. Many people close themselves after disappointment. Many decide nothing good will come. Many slowly stop believing. For you, even after confusion, even after delay, and even after emotional exhaustion, you still search for meaning. You still search for light. You still search for a reason to trust tomorrow. That searching itself is sacred. Feel this next image with your imagination. Picture yourself walking through a long valley at dusk. Behind you are shadows of your past fears, appearing large but slowly fading as you move forward. Ahead of you, there is a soft glow floating in the distance. At first it looks small, but with every step you take, the glow becomes brighter. You realize it is not just light. It is a city made of radiance, a place where your effort meets reward, where your discipline meets opportunity, where your faith meets manifestation. And as you walk closer, you realize something beautiful. The light was also moving toward you. This is how divine timing works. It is not just you chasing your future. Your future is also being guided toward you. There are conversations that will soon happen that will open doors you did not know existed. There are ideas forming in your mind that will later become sources of income. There are skills you are developing right now that will later become your advantage. Nothing you are learning is wasted. Every hour you invest in yourself is being stored like treasure. Every moment you resist distraction is building invisible momentum. Every time you choose growth instead of comfort, you strengthen your destiny. Even your temptations, even your distractions, even your internal battles, they are not proof of weakness. They are proof that you are human and still learning mastery. Do not hate yourself for the struggle. Respect yourself for continuing the fight, because discipline is not perfection. Discipline is returning again and again to what matters. You are being trained in focus. You are being trained in patience. You are being trained in self-respect. These are not small lessons. These are the foundations of the life you have been asking for. And wealth, real wealth, does not only arrive as numbers. It arrives first as mindset. It arrives as clarity. It arrives as the ability to say no to what drains you and yes to what builds you. You are learning that now. Feel another gentle visualization forming. Imagine a river made of liquid gold flowing beside you. It moves slowly, peacefully, reflecting a sky filled with soft white light. At first you only watch it. You wonder if you deserve to touch it. You wonder if it belongs to others more than you. But then you notice something written in the current itself. It was always meant to flow near you. You kneel down. You place your hands into the golden current. And instead of slipping away, the light begins to move into your hands, not burning you, not overwhelming you, just warming you. This is the energy of provision. Provision does not fight you when you believe you can receive it. You have spent enough time feeling behind, enough time comparing yourself, enough time questioning your worth. Release that now. Comparison is a thief that has stolen enough of your peace. Your path does not need to look like anyone else's to be valid. There are victories designed specifically for your story. There are rewards designed specifically for your persistence. There are breakthroughs designed specifically for your timing. And you are not late. You are in process. Some of the greatest transformations happen quietly, without announcements, without applause. Just a person deciding one day, I will not live small inside my own mind anymore. Feel that decision forming inside you now. You are allowed to outgrow old habits. You are allowed to outgrow old thinking. You are allowed to become someone your past self needed. There is also forgiveness flowing toward you right now for the times you gave your energy to things that did not deserve you. Forgiveness for procrastination. Forgiveness for self-doubt. Forgiveness for moments you escaped into distraction because reality felt heavy. You are not disqualified because you are still learning control. You are being refined. And refinement always involves heat before clarity. But the heat does not last forever. Clarity is coming. Direction is coming. Stability is coming. You will not always feel this uncertain. You will not always feel this scattered. There is a version of you emerging that knows exactly where to place energy and where not to. And when that version of you fully steps forward, progress will accelerate. Hear this truth clearly now. You are not trying to become worthy of blessings. You are learning to stop rejecting them. Because sometimes what delays abundance is not the absence of opportunity, but the presence of self-rejection. Speak to yourself with the same mercy you would give someone you love. You deserve your own patience. You deserve your own encouragement. You deserve your own belief. Place your hand over your heart for a moment, even if only in your imagination, and feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is not random. That rhythm is permission. Permission to try again. Permission to rebuild. Permission to trust life again. And as you breathe slowly, feel a quiet confidence beginning to replace old tension. You are not powerless. You are preparing. You are not stuck. You are positioning. You are not forgotten. You are being aligned. There are also financial doors that will open through consistency rather than luck, through skill rather than shortcuts, through focus rather than fantasy. And you are capable of that focus more than you think. Small daily victories will become large life victories. 1 hour of learning. One decision to avoid distraction. One finished task. One brave attempt. These are the true building blocks of the life you have imagined, and you are already placing them. Soon you will notice something different. Your reactions will change. Things that once pulled you into chaos will no longer control you. Things that once drained your time will begin to lose their grip. This is what inner authority feels like. Calm power, quiet confidence, steady movement. You do not need to rush. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to continue becoming someone you respect when you are alone, because that is where true success begins. Feel a soft peace settling around your thoughts again now, like a gentle night sky full of patient stars. Each star representing a possibility still waiting for you, none of them rushing you, none of them condemning you, just shining, waiting for you to continue, and you will continue because something inside you refuses to give up completely. That something is hope. That something is purpose. That something is the quiet voice reminding you that your life can still become something meaningful and prosperous and peaceful. Let that voice grow louder than fear. Let that voice grow stronger than doubt. Let that voice remind you one more time. You are rising even if slowly, you are learning even if imperfectly, you are attracting what matches your growth. You are becoming ready for what you once only wished for. And as you move forward from this moment, carry this calm certainty with you like invisible armor. You are supported in ways you cannot always see. You are guided in ways you cannot always predict. You are protected in ways you may only understand later. And you are loved in ways deeper than your worst fears. Stay steady, stay open, stay willing. More is unfolding, more is being arranged, more is on its way.